Yeah, lovelies. We are here once again. Welcome to my channel, the Judy TV show. In here, friends, I talk about marriage and marriage related trending issues. And my name is Judith. I've not said this in a while. Friends, so I want us to look at the trending one, the latest Mr. Obasi's podcast, where he said a lot of things that transpired between him and Judy Austin. And then thereafter, Judy Austin came out to debunk what the man said, all the allegations and accusations. She ended up not saying, you know, she ended up defending what the man said. But she ended up defending Yul, Chief Yul Edochie. By the way, Chief Yul Edochie, oh, Yul has a chieftaincy title. Oh, I didn't know. Anyways, then thereafter, there were a lot of controversies, a lot of buzzwords, people supporting as usual, people against, for and against, so to say. Story has it that I think there's pressure on you to handle that and all that. And then you now came and made a post and responded and now said that that is none of his business, that if the man had wanted to see his children, that he has the phone number of his ex-wife, that is Judy Austin, that he should get in touch with her, and then both of them should sort out how he's going to see his children, that is he has no hand in it. And people started also, dragging him, say, how can you say you don't have a hand in it? Judy Austin just came and made a post and said that you provided a shelter for those children, two of them, a boy and a girl, that is now 17 and 15, if I'm not mistaken, and that you also are paying their school fees. You take care of their feeding and everything that concerns them. That you're a father figure in their life, because Judy Austin said that you took her in terms of helping her when she was a single mother with those two children, not knowing what to do. And then that she met you 3 years after her marriage with this man ended, and that she started acting that year that she met. Apparently, that when she moved, somebody introduced her to acting, and then when she now went to this movie set, that was where she met you, and that was in 2016. I don't even want to go into the controversy surrounding those 2013 and 2018, because this man said right from the first video he made, he has been saying that Judy Austin used to ask him, "Did you know Yul Edochie?" That Yul said he was going to help her because she desired to be like Omotola Ekinde and Genevieve Nnaji, that you promised he was going to help her. Now Judy Austin is now saying that their marriage has ended and everything, without saying what the man did to her and then why she left. Meanwhile, the man said that the main problem was that she requested when she met you. Apparently, a relationship now started between the two of them. So the man now said that she requested that he should rent a house for her in Enugu. Enugu is in Enugu State, whereas her school is in Anambra State, and then they are residing in Anambra State too. So the man reasoned that, okay, your school is in Anambra, and then where we are residing in also in Onisha or near Onisha something is closer to Oka than you going to Enugu. And their children were still toddlers that time, or minors. And then he was like, how can you carry two minors and go and stay alone in far away Enugu? How will you now be combining that with your school? That is better you stay, where they are living, where they were living that time, which was in that Mpo, and then be going to school from there. So that if there's any time you are not able to like take care of the children, and by virtue of the fact that you have lectures or something, then he can stay back probably to take care of them, or something. They can work out on how to take care of those children and everything. But that Judy said no, and insisted that he was going, she should get her a house in Enugu, okay, for her to move to Enugu. So the man now refused. That was basically the problem they had, according to the man, because Judy didn't say anything in that regard. And then that when he now traveled to Togo, he said the man traveled to Togo on a business trip. You now came with Judy, and they now packed all her things and the children and then took them to Enugu. Apparently, you now got her a house in Enugu. And then the children, they now took the children back to the parents of Judy in her village, because the parents are still alive, the mother and the father, with her elder sister and her brother. So she now took those two children to them, to the mother, or to the parents, so to say, why she now stays in Enugu alone. Well, obviously, the relationship with you now continued. But when this man now, came and called and called and called, and there was no response initially, then she now started responding, and he now asked, "Where are my children?" and everything. And he told him that the children are with her mom or with her parents. So the man will always go to the village. We have seen one or two photos that the man posted where Judy was not in the photo with them, because the man had gone to the village to see the children. She was in Enugu, and then the man took as if the man knew that a day like this will come. So he took the photographs with the children. And then, after a few visits, Judy now came and took the children and took them to Enugu. I think it was at that point in time that you now took over being a father figure in their lives, providing for them, paying their school fees, and so on and so forth. To be honest, Judy Austin, you are the woman that is at the center of this. Okay, you know the truth. I tell you the truth. Those people that are supporting you, people that are your fans or your followers or whoever, they may come out to defend you. But the truth about the matter is that you know deep down you the truth about the whole thing, right? If you have been having a relationship with you, which this man had, said, and then you now said it is not true, because there were photographs that or posts that was made, I think in 2012, showing that you knew you way back in 2012. And then again, you said that you were not interested in acting. You were reluctant about joining the Nollywood industry, but and then you started acting, I think in 2016. But they now showed, I think they say it's even one actress that now put out a video. No, 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 sorry. A photo of yourself, I think in Edo, and who and who and who and who, of a movie that you were cast in 2013. So it begins to throw doubts at the claims that Judy Austin is making. Like I said, the response she made to the podcast of Mr. Obasi was more of defending you. Oh, this is a good man that saw a single mother with two children and decided to help, putting a roof under their putting a roof over them, providing for them, paying their school fees and what have you. But the thing is, you made yourself, most times when people have issues with their spouses, okay, and then they go their separate ways, especially where there's domestic violence, and the woman is now left with the responsibility of taking care of one or two of the children that they had together. You can call them single mother. There are people that are like that, but not when you on your own. You just walked out from your husband's house because you have not said what this man did to you. And I recall again that in that podcast, the man said one of the things he said was that when after Judy Austin must have moved out, that they called and everything. Apparently, he was now trying to see how he can bring her back with the children and everything. So Judy now gave a condition that she doesn't want to come back to the house because a lot of their neighbors will laugh at her, having known when she moved out. Okay, that they should meet rather in a hotel to talk things over. And then it was agreed, the man rented a hotel, she came and met him there, and then they talked over, she slept over and what have you. So she now gave the condition that the man will have to pay for that house in Enugu, apparently refund her or something. And then the man also now insisted that no, you have not told me why you want to stay in Enugu and all that. And that at the end of the day, they couldn't come to an agreement. And then when she now brought back the children to be with her, she expected the man to be paying their school fees. And the man said, "No, I cannot pay their school fees because I did not agree with you for you to take them to Enugu. I did not agree with you for you to change their schools to another school in Enugu. Okay, if you have taken that decision, then that means you have to run the bills, maybe something like that." That was why Judy is now saying that you abandoned them, you've not been paying their school fees and everything. But then here is a woman that left her husband's house on her own. Okay, gave a condition that the man felt it's not proper. And then I was thinking that, yes, if you have good reasons why, it might not be you, but if you have good reasons why you want to be in Enugu, there's nothing wrong in convincing your husband. There's nothing wrong in, even asking him to come over to see the house that you rented in Enugu so that he can know the place and then be convinced on why you have decided to move to Enugu with the children. So that the man can now also say, it's okay, okay, let me now be paying or something. But I don't think there was anything like that. I think the whole thing ended in like that. And according to the man, he said that he made every effort, thereafter. When she now came and picked the children, she went to the Berekete family, she went to social welfare, she even went to, he even, sorry, he, not she now, that's Mr. Obasi. He said he went to Berekete family, he went to social welfare, he went to even the court. And then, Judy Austin kept on, telling him that, do you know who you is? Can you match him? That the guy is connected, he's a big guy, something like that. I recall that there was one video that a man made. There are a lot of stories, so probably he didn't mention it today, I don't know, but I know I saw an interview he granted and he said all that. And at every effort that he made, he has always met with a stumbling block, and then that was, he couldn't, pursue the case. So somewhere along the line, he now left it at that, which was why, somewhere along the line, when people now started dragging you over, what he did to May and all that. I think that was when the man now picked up courage to now come to social media, because I don't think he has a very strong presence on the social media hitherto, especially when he now got that first endorsement he got. I think Emako or so, the man now decided to come and start, talking about the matter and asking for help and for people to, yes, for people to help him in any way they can. So, like I was saying, Judy Austin, you are the center of this all. To be honest, I thought what you should have just done, since you know has found you, or you have found him, whichever way you guys have been dating, and then children now came in, or star came in, and then before the next boy, I think Peter, and then the girl, that if you guys are cool, why would you keep the children of this man? What role are they supposed to play? Because they are not helping you in any way. Now, everybody, some people do not even know that you were married before. Some people do not even know that you have grown up children. Now, everybody now knows. And whether anybody likes it or yet, people will still be using this to talk to you and to talk to you. So if you had given this man his children, access to his children, let the children go to stay with him. I understand that the man has even married again, and then this is, I think, his third marriage or something. Let the children go to him. So if the children now decide that no, they don't want to go to him, or that the man is not treating them well, and at least you have a testimony to that. But this one, you just stop the man. 90%, okay, let me not say, because officially there's no statistics to that effect, but 80% of men, okay, when they have children out of wedlock, or when they have issues with their wives, they turn away from taking care of the children. Whatever is the child support they are giving, they don't give it, and they just withdraw. So you find out that the woman will just be struggling on her own to do things. The you that is paying the school fees of this your children with Mr. Obasi, rented an apartment for them and all that. The same you, he refused to pay the school fees of his children with May. But I think the barman, the lawyer barman or so, was saying one time that there was a time Danielle asked her father, that is that you, for her school fees. You now say to her that your mother makes more money than myself. Go and ask her, your mother. What an abomination. How can a man say a thing like that? But the same man is now paying the school fees of somebody who is not, or two children who are not even his. And Judy, you are clapping for him. And Judy, you feel that that is right. See, there are certain things people do. No matter how the world will clap for you, okay? It's nature clapping for you. What you are doing, you don't you think that God is seeing it? What you are doing, you don't think there's an after effect, there are consequences of this kind of a thing? This man rented an apartment for children that are not his own. Children that are not his own. Paying their school fees comfortably. No complaints. Because I recall another video that Judy made one time. Oh, this man pays, gives money for everything, from movement, even for transport from point one to point B, and so on and so forth. So he has been doing it for children that are not his, but his own biological children. His own biological children, he was not paying their school fees. And at the end of the day, when one passed, his first son as a man, when he passed, he branded that year, 2023, as his best year. When his son passed, it wasn't up to 2 weeks or 3 weeks or so, he came on social media and was dancing with you, Judy Austin. and it was very comfortable. You are so much at home with that. How do people, where is the conscience of men? How do people operate? How do people sleep? What stops you from giving this man his children, or even giving him access to his children? The children can still be with you. So that way, it will even be obvious that the man doesn't want to take care, or the man is not capable of taking care of his children. So you have a genuine reason, okay? But this one, you did not even give him that opportunity. Probably because that time he said you should bring money so that because you want to go to Enugu. And the man said, no. What are you going to Enugu to do? Why do you want to go and stay in Enugu? You now decided to cut him off and now say that he's not paying the school fees of his children. But you didn't say that he did not agree with you to take the children to Enugu. Mr. Yul Edochie, you say you have a chieftaincy title. Now, thank God for you. Listen, you, see, hmm? The earlier you tell yourself the truth, the better. You said it's none of your business. Children that you're paying their school fees is no longer your business. Children that you rented a house for is no longer your business, but you are not paying for those biological children. You will make things easy for yourself. Oh. The universe is watching. Divinity is watching. Nature is watching. Hmm? I saw another post that you now made where he was now saying that people have been telling lies against him for the past 4 years. That he's still strong, standing strong. That he's still shining. That he's a child of grace. That God loves. He's a chosen one. He's all manner. He was just healing himself. You, to be honest, I don't think people hate you. I do not think so. I do not think so. Okay, because I know you have I think there was one time somebody said you have millions of followers and all that. So I don't think people hate you. But what people don't like about you and what people cannot identify you with is the way you are handling your marital relationship, the way you are handling this marital buhaha between you and May, your wife, and then Judy Austin. It is just the thing that people are not at home with. I don't think people hate you because up till now, when you put up anything, people still comment and everything. That you put up a post or a podcast and then people watch it and all that. It doesn't show that people love you because out of the number of people, maybe about 2,000 people, for instance, then 1,950 will be cursing you. It's only 50 that will be hailing you and saying, "Oh, you're a real man. Move on," and all, and so on and so forth. So, what are you trying to say? You are an Igbo man. You are from the southeastern part of the country, right? So if you are befriending, because I know there's a lady that also linked out to you, one of the actresses, let me not mention her name, also said that there was a lady, she's late now, Chinedu Bernard, that you were dating. You even bought her a car. You even bought her a car. And then that lady, passed in a mysterious way, that her family was not happy with you. Nobody now knows what happened, right? The fact is this, you could be a kind person that when you see somebody you want to help, right? But the issue is, if you had met Judy Austin as a single mother, probably she lied to you that, oh, somebody pregnanted me and ran away, the person doesn't want to take responsibility and everything, and you want to help. You, as at that time you met her, you were in good terms with your wife and with your children. Why did you not tell your wife? Why did you not discuss it with your wife? If you don't have a motive, why did you not discuss it with your wife? Oh, there's a lady that I met you. In fact, you could even make it, if it is possible for the thing to pass through the account of your wife to be giving her money, or to give her maybe a one-off money for her to be established, start a business or whatever. Why did you not mention it to your wife? Because there are a lot of married men, good married men that help people. I know of a lady that she's a lady that's living with disability. The man and his wife that is helping her today, they are not even in the same city with her. They are not even in the same city. To the extent that the way the man introduced her to his wife, if she wants anything, she directly calls the wife, even without telling them. It is now the wife that will tell the husband, your daughter say you need so and so. That's how they will reach out. Matured lady. When I'm saying daughter, it's not a small girl. Matured lady. So it depends on the way you handle it. If you had told your wife, I want to help somebody, I met so and so person, this is her story, and so on and so forth, then it will be more like it that this is coming from the place of kindness. But the way you now went about, you are too beautiful, you're waiting in your husband's house, and so on and so forth, and then you now decided to help. Now paying the school fees of another children that is not even yours, leaving yours, your own responsibility, for this woman to now be handling, or for her now to go and get another man to be paying. But she decided to be doing it alone for years now running. And you are comfortable with that, and you're saying that people are dragging you, telling lies against you. What lies exactly? What lies exactly? You have not come to say where you met Judy Austin. You have not come to say that. Now, if you're claiming that you met Judy Austin after her husband, she had issues with her husband and everything. Now, why you now wanted to marry her in the southeastern part of the country, where you are from, you know that if you want to marry a woman and your father is alive, your father is the first person that you tell. If he's not able to go, if he's unavailable for one reason or that, on health grounds, or that he traveled or whatever, he will appoint either your elder brother or his younger brother, that is your uncle, to lead a delegation to with you, to accompany you to go and marry a wife. If it had become so necessary that you have to take a second wife at your age, because at the time this thing was happening, I think you were just 40. Now, if you want to now take a second wife, okay, and you are saying that they have separated, or yes, that it was since 2013 that the marriage ended, and then Judy said he met you in 2016. Assuming that is true, why did you now have to go ahead to marry without telling any of your four elder brothers or even your father? Because your father said, he granted the interview and said he was not aware that you went and picked Judy Austin, calling her an ant-infested faggot, because you didn't tell your father. And I recall again that one of the interviews, what is his name, Mr. Obasi granted, he said that when you now wanted to do the bride price of Judy Austin, he that too, his bride price was still in with the Mogalos, that is Judy Austin's family. But they now mounted pressure on him to come and collect his bride price because he wanted to pay your own. Because they know that in Igbo land, it is not, I think it's not acceptable, it's an abomination rather, for two bride price to be on the head of one particular woman. So they now compelled him. They were now cajoling him, forcing him, pressurizing him to come and take his bride price. Because when they are saying that he looks at it, the man just on his own decided to come. The man said he was pressurized. He now accepted and said, okay, let me see. He now came and collected the bride price. Before you now went and collected people, artisans that are not even from the same state, not even from the same local government as he, let alone his family, to now go and pay either introduction or bride price of Judy Austin. And initially, you kept on saying, when his divorce case came up with me, he kept on saying that he's not married to Judy, that they are just kid makers. So which one do we now believe? For you now to come and say people are telling lies against you, if it is true that you have a relationship with this woman while she was still married, it is an abomination. I don't care how people are defending you. I don't care how you come out to come and say, oh, beat your chest to say, oh, I'm Odugu, I'm this. Listen, if that is true, you have committed. Maybe you say you're a traditionalist, that you keep your hands clean, you don't do any bad thing. But if somebody wants to do bad thing to you, it backfires and all that. Then how did you take somebody's? How did you start dating a woman? Apparently, she told you that her husband threw her out and all. You started dating the woman. But if you now got to know all this while the man has been granted an interview, I expected you to reach out to the man, both of you, man to man. Look for somewhere two of you will sit down and talk. Let him tell you the true story, so that you're not okay. How do we handle this? Your children, this is how you'll be seeing them. Things will be sorted out so you can move on with Judy Austin. Since you say she's your peace of mind. Nobody's making a choice for you, but since you said that she's your peace of mind, I expected you to be able to be man enough to call Mr. Obati so that I can sort things out with him, man to man. This thing wouldn't have been on the social media. This thing wouldn't have been on the social media. So I don't know the lies that you're saying people told about you. You betrayed your wife. So what is the lies that people are telling about you? I recall the first apology that you made and you posted it where you were telling her that I did 99 things right. Is it only this one? You said that I know May, you didn't bargain for polygamy. I didn't bargain for polygamy, but things happened. So you realize that you made a mistake. So where is the lies that you're saying that people told against you? And then your father said you didn't tell him. Is your father also lying? Anyways, Mr. Obasi, to be honest, um, I don't know. I have just few words to say to you. First of all, what I'm not home with, it might sound odd, but that is not what I'm home with. Judy Austin, according to her, said the marriage between you and her ended in 2013. Assuming that is true, that is 13 years ago. I expected you to upgrade yourself. I expected you to work on yourself, package yourself. You know why? Because when somebody who is an enemy or somebody who decides to throw you under the bus leaves you here, it will just be foolhardy for the person to come back after like a decade and you're still where the person left you. It doesn't make sense. You're a human being. It's only a tree that will stand in one place and stand there. But a human being, you have everybody. I mean, schools are there, national open university. There are so many things you would have just done. Do you know that maybe if you had even upgraded yourself to be a happening guy, a regular guy, maybe she wouldn't be eyeing you. Yes, because the difference is clear. I'm not supporting the fact that she left you the way she did and everything, but it's also left for you to upgrade yourself. Even your children, are you sure they will be happy to be, seeing their father the way he's behaving and all that? That's why I said you should have upgraded yourself. That's the truth. Forget about somebody was saying what has upgrade going to school. Well, it has everything. It has everything. Yes, because the children will now be like, okay, maybe they have looked at this other man, looked at this other man. They will not be proud of this one simply because you didn't operate. You might be the kindest of man in this world, but because you look somehow. I'm not saying somebody should reject his father or reject his mother, but on your own, you should have improved yourself. You should have for 13 solid years. You remain the way you are. I don't know. And then again, I like to ask, this your particular son. I'm not talking about the girl now, okay? At least if not for the girl, I mean, the girl can get married anytime. But for this boy that is your son, how come that boy, with all the interviews that you're granted, how come that boy has not found it, deem it fit to look out for you? Are you telling me that boy is not on social media? I know that Judiosin has never posted them, not on their birthday, not in probably that was why you were more worried. I'm sure that they're still alive and everything because every now and then it's the star. Tell daddy bye bye, tell daddy we're missing that bad daddy this one, that the boy of how many years will still be wearing pampers and all that. But the point I'm making is, how is it that this boy, your first son now, with Judy, has not been able to like look out for you, being a male child? How? Okay, if he doesn't have a phone or if he's not allowed access to internet at home, what about when he goes to school? Don't he have friends that that can show him one or two things on his phone? So he'll now use that to reach out, even if it's to use a page of his friend or his peers or something, reach out to you. That's what I don't understand. Why is it that the boy is not reaching out to you? I don't know why. And I just don't want to believe that maybe the boy himself also doesn't want to, I don't know, return to you. There's a possibility, okay, for him not to have, reached out to you all this while. Then I like to conclude this by saying that there's a post that I saw made by a guy who claims to be, I think, the publicity handler of you, or he's calling you his mentor or something, where the guy was raking and saying aura for aura and so on and so forth. I say, but now when you wake up. Anyways, he was now saying that he's going to organize an interview and bring out the two children and ask them to tell their own story and then ask them whether they want to go back to their father or something. I don't know the name of that guy, but Mr. Interview, whatever. See, it is possible that you organize an interview. We know this kind of a thing, okay? You will tell them what to say, you will tell them what you're going to ask them. So that is not the issue at all that you're going to. It is now that you want to grant them the interview. You didn't grant them all the while that this man was saying this thing. This man has been calling for his children. It is now so that, you use it to, support what Judy Austin said and rubbish the man. Mr. Obasi, what I will say to you is this. If that interview is granted and they brought out the two children, at least you see them, see that they are alive, okay? And they now, I'm sure they will put words into their mouths. And they now come out to say, oh no, we prefer to stay with our mommy, our daddy abandoned us, we don't want to go back. Don't even argue, don't pursue it again. The whole world has heard that boy that is your boy has said he doesn't want to have anything to do. He prefers his mother. Leave it at that. Go and face your children with your wife now. Time will come. In the next 10 years, in the next 10, in the next 11, in the next 15 years, the story will be different. Don't just pursue it again. That is my personal opinion. No, I'm not, going to take a decision for you, because it's out there on social media. That's why we're trying to, you know, share our own opinion and everything. So for me, once they grant that interview and you see that you can tell when they put words into their mouths for them to say, oh, we prefer our mother and so on and so forth. Once that is done, please don't pursue this case. Just leave it at that. What you're going to do, that video where they did that, record it and go and keep it somewhere. In the next 10 years, in the next 15 years, if Jesus starts to come, you can always bring it out. Because that boy will not be an Edochie. That boy, maybe he will end up being a Mogalo. Well, if it's okay for him, oh, well and fine. But if he wants to return to you, you show him that video. You show him that video. So that's why I said once you see them and you see that they are okay, and then that is the route they want to take, please don't push it. Don't argue with them. Or alternatively, you can now involve your kinsmen. I don't know why it's only you. You have not said that you and your kinsmen, you're not involved. It's just a one man, what is it, a fight or battle that you're facing. I was thinking you would have involved your kinsmen, because an average Igbo man from the southeastern part of the country knows what it means, for another man to, be taking care of your children, especially the male child, while you are alive and while you are willing to. Okay, and I want to believe that your kinsmen, they know the story of what happened, which role you played, if there's any way you made a mistake, which role Judy Austin played, and if there's any way she made a mistake and all that. I was thinking that at this point in time, you'll involve them, and even your traditional ruler. Involve them in the sense that, when you must have told them what happened. And that is after, if your boy and your girl grants that interview, and they now come out to say, okay, maybe they don't want you or whatever thing they now say, please call your kingsmen, talk with them. They will counsel you. Nobody has a monopoly of knowledge. There must be one or two counsel that they can give to you, so that you know it will be on record that this is what this boy said or what this your children said. Your kinsmen, everybody will know. So just put it at there. And thank God that at least they're okay and that they are alive. Face your wife and the other children. Time will tell. Okay, that's just my candid advice, because this back and forth is not it's not that healthy. And if you also agree with me, this idea that we knocked in the hotel, he started knocking you and all that, please, if there's a possibility of not granting more interviews, that would be more like it, because these children will still grow up to hear all that. Even Star DK will still grow up, and his own siblings will still grow up to hear all this. And then your children, is it I don't know, and Chizoba or so, they will also see the same thing and all that. So I think you have made your point. People know the truth, forget about whatever thing. That's my candid opinion on how I would suggest that you go about it. But it's all up to you. Whatever you decide, it's all up to you. Okay. I wish you all the best, and then I pray that God will intervene and this thing will be sorted out and sorted out for good, so that everything will end in praise, right? So, friends, yeah, I'd like to end this video here. Thank you for investing your time watching this particular video. Okay, please comment at this point in time at the comment section. Let's further the conversation there. Let me know what your thoughts are, what your counsel is, and so on and so forth, because the thing is all over the social media, all over the social media. So let me just know your opinion, okay, so that we'll further the conversation at the comment section. Okay, as usual, thank you so very much, guys, for always watching my videos. I see you guys in my next video. Bye for now, dear friends.